Get ready to discover a shocking truth that will have you on the edge of your seat, because you are about to learn how 3 defensive players from the Commanders are seeking a new contract for 2026 and why their performances this season could completely determine the future of the defense. But here's the problem. These 3 veterans may be in their final years with the team. You will find out how the Commanders' defense went from reasonable in 2024 to terrible in 2025, and why 3 specific things need to be fixed for the team to return to the playoffs in 2026. And there's more. Kane Madrono now has a priceless chance to finally prove that the Commanders were right to bet on him. Stick with me until the end, because you will understand exactly how these 3 situations could completely define the future of the Commanders in 2026. So go ahead and leave a like on the video. It's just a click, and it helps me a lot to keep bringing the truth about the Commanders to you. The Washington defense suffered a dramatic decline between 2024 and 2025. After allowing the 5th most passing yards and the 3rd most rushing yards in the league, the Commanders know that urgent changes are needed. Washington selected Sonny Styles with the 7th overall pick in the draft, but a single player will not be enough to salvage a unit that finished at the bottom. 3 key names now face pressure: Payne, Dorrance Armstrong, and Frankie Louvu, all with contracts expiring at the end of the year. With all 3 players set to be 30 years old or older by the end of the season, they will need to make compelling cases to avoid being replaced by younger talent. Their performances in this training camp will be critical in determining their futures in Washington. Dorrance Armstrong was meeting expectations as the disruptive player the Commanders hoped for, but an injury ended his season prematurely. Starting training camp on the physically unable to perform list, his ability to regain the strength and speed needed to maintain his starting position remains uncertain. With a $12.5 million cap hit, Armstrong could be re-signed for a more modest amount, depending on his performance and physical condition. Since that viral moment when he purposely jumped over the line of scrimmage in the 2024 NFC Championship, Frankie Louvu's impact on the defense has significantly diminished. After being named All-Pro in 2024 with 8 sacks, 7 passes defended, 1 interception, and 1 forced fumble, Louvu has become a liability in coverage. His age and lack of speed are constantly exploited by offensive players, and entering his 9th season in the NFL, he faces the challenge of remaining relevant as Leo Chenal, Calavon Chesson, and rookie Sonny Styles take on increasingly larger roles. Darren Payne secured a massive contract extension after the 2022 season when he registered 11.5 sacks, 64 total tackles, and 20 quarterback pressures. Since then, he has become a shadow of his former self, never coming close to that exceptional performance. While he has only missed 2 games due to injury since the extension, Payne occupies 9.28% of the Commanders' salary cap. Considered a potential trade target with only 1 year remaining on his current contract, Payne will need to replicate his 2022 performance to secure a new deal in Washington. The Washington Commanders are still trying to resolve their receiver situation and have made significant changes in the coaching staff. To return to the playoffs in 2026, the team needs to get 3 fundamental aspects right. After an excellent year under Dan Quinn in 2024, the Commanders failed to maintain the momentum last year. Despite good signings in the preseason, they enter 2026 with many uncertainties, and for success to happen, certain pieces need to fit perfectly. The Commanders need an exceptional performance from rookie Antonio Williams at the wide receiver position. The receiver group as a whole is unstable, and after Terry McLaurin, it's a mix of players who have never shown much talent in the NFL. If Jaden Daniels stays healthy, one of those receivers will have decent numbers, as Daniels is talented enough to elevate the performance of any receiver. Williams will likely play in the slot position and won't face the opposing team's best cornerbacks. He will have the chance to make decisive plays with a large volume of opportunities, but the main thing is to help the Commanders move the ball and win tight battles in the red zone. There aren't many options for a season of 7 to 9 touchdowns aside from McLaurin, so Williams needs to make an impact with a touchdown right in his debut. He needs to land between 7 and 9 touchdowns for this offense to avoid a season of short field goals and turnovers in the red zone. This isn't too much to ask. Williams was a touchdown scorer in college. Aside from Terry McLaurin, the Commanders lack a reliable threat in their receiving core, which should open up plenty of opportunities for Williams in the new setup under offensive coordinator David Blau. The Commanders' defense was terrible last year, and they have overhauled the group, but Sonny Styles needs to be the key piece to contain other teams. Leo Chenal enters the linebacker equation, but the Commanders need Styles to outperform what Chenal can offer. They didn't bring in Chenal to be the star, they brought him in to complement Styles. The good news is that Styles got off to a good start this summer. He hit all possible goals during this time of year, according to head coach Dan Quinn. Styles believes in himself and knows that the more reps he gets, the more confidence he gains. He's becoming increasingly comfortable with each repetition and gradually learning from the guys around him. He has the right mindset. You can walk into the building and simply be here, but not truly be present mentally. Styles, however, whenever he comes here, makes sure he's fully focused and takes extra time so that when he steps on the field, he's at his best. Styles needs to find a role as a defensive leader and playmaker, and he needs to get there early in the season. There's a strong belief that the Commanders will fare well at the tackle positions. Laramie Tunsil and Josh Connerly Jr. should be able to protect Daniels. However, the interior offensive line presents uncertainties. The most notable is center Nick Allegretti. Will he be the solution for the position? If not, can rookie Matt Golbin, selected in the 6th round of the draft, step up to take the spot? None of the players have much experience at the center position, although Allegretti is a 7-year veteran on the offensive line. Golbin struggled against bigger and stronger defensive tackles as a guard, and Allegretti wasn't exactly turning in spectacular plays during his performances as a guard. If neither player can hold firm, the Commanders will likely be in big trouble at that position. The training period has begun for the Washington Commanders without a player the team expected to be a key piece. Nick Bellore, a 15-year NFL veteran and special teams specialist, abruptly informed the organization that he intends to retire and will not play in 2026. This is not the first time Washington has been shaken by a sudden retirement right at the start of the season, but when one door closes, another opens for someone. Last year, offensive line backup Nate Herbig stepped away around the same time, having never played a single game for the team. This indirectly gave a lifeline to Chris Paul, who ended up becoming the starting left guard for the Commanders for most of 2025 and secured a 1-year contract extension with the franchise. Now, Kane Madrono has an unmissable opportunity following Bellore's retirement. If history repeats itself, there's a player who has just seen his door wide open to showcase what he is capable of this season. Madrono did not play a single snap on defense during his rookie season, but the 6th round draft pick in 2025 participated in special teams and made some standout plays. The Commanders' linebacker group has become much fuller in anticipation of the new 3-4 scheme that Durante Jones will implement. Bellore was the only special teams specialist for the Washington Commanders, a group that now includes the 7th overall draft pick Sonny Styles, newly signed Leo Chenal, Frankie Louvu, and Jordan Majay. Madrono seemed out of place, especially with all the Commanders' edge rushers now also acting as linebackers. Now, the UCLA alum could easily step into Bellore's role with the chance to earn an even bigger position. He was drafted with impressive physical attributes and natural talent. After a rookie year without playing, Madrono caught attention this preseason, which may indicate he is ready to take the next step. You can never have too many linebackers in today's NFL. Whether due to injuries or fatigue, there will come a time when Madrono's young and fresh legs will be valuable. He needs to seize the opportunity. The Commanders drafted him for a reason and need to see what he can contribute on defense. Madrono received an opportunity that may have been denied to him had a veteran player not unexpectedly stepped away. Now, what he does with it is up to him. So, fan, after discovering how 3 defensive players from the Commanders are seeking new contracts for 2026, understanding the 3 things that need to be settled for the team to return to the playoffs, and knowing that Kane Madrono has a priceless chance to prove that the Commanders were right to bet on him, which of these situations makes you most hopeful or concerned? Do you believe Darren Payne will be able to replicate his exceptional performance in 2022 and secure a new contract in Washington? Or do you think he will be released or traded? And more importantly, do you trust that Antonio Williams will be able to stand out as a rookie and score between 7 and 9 touchdowns? Or are we being too optimistic with the expectations surrounding the young wide receiver? Leave your opinion in the comments. I want to know what you think about the future of the Washington Commanders.